Okay, so today we're diving into the world of Art Ramon.
All right.
We've got these excerpts from Exploring the Frontier of Art with Neo-Southwestern Elegance Art Ramon paintings.
Sounds pretty interesting.
It does, yeah. And you start reading this thing and you realize this Art Ramon guy, he's got this unique style. You've got abstract surrealism, impressionism, even a little bit of Southwestern art. But then he throws in this like futuristic element too.
Yeah, I see that. A lot going on.
A lot going on. Oh, and I forgot. He makes his own custom frames too, blends his old and new pieces. He even calls himself, get this, a modern day Renaissance man.
A modern day Renaissance man.
You know, it makes you wonder, what exactly are we dealing with here?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, one of the things that really caught my eye was how much he repeats this quote. Art has the power to change the world.
Yeah, that jumped out at me too. Like, it's not just something he says. He really seems to believe it.
Absolutely. You know, when you look at how he focuses on contemporary society and the evolving future of humanity.
Right.
It's like he's trying to use his art to, I don't know, kind of make sense of where we are and where we're going.
Yeah, it's like he's not just painting pretty pictures.
Right, exactly.
He's trying to say something about the world we live in.
Definitely.
And the future, too.
That's right.
Which I guess makes sense when you think about the terms he uses for his style. You know, Southwest surreal.
Arid abstract.
Right. Like, what even is that?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's taking these different styles, you know, the Southwestern, the surreal, the abstract.
Yeah.
And like blending them together. But I think it's more than that. It's like he's trying to capture the feeling of the Southwest. Not just how it looks, but how it feels to be there.
I see what you mean.
You know, the desert can be a pretty intense place.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but it's also
harsh.
Yeah, harsh, desolate, even.
Right. And I think he's using surrealism and abstraction to express that. All those complex emotions.
Yeah. I mean, think about landscape paintings, right? A lot of times they're about, you know, capturing the beauty of nature. But he's taking it a step further.
It's more psychological.
Yeah, it's about how the landscape, how the desert affects us on a deeper level.
Exactly. And that ties into his whole idea of Neo-Southwestern art.
Right.
You know, he talks about it resonating across infinite possibilities.
Yeah. What do you think he means by that?
Well, I think he sees this style as something that goes beyond just the Southwest.
Yeah.
It's about universal human experiences, things we all connect with no matter where we're from.
Interesting. And speaking of things that go beyond the usual, his approach to framing, I mean,
it's pretty wild.
It is.
Yeah.
Custom framing, manipulating angles, creating these unique perspectives. He even weaves narratives across multiple canvases.
Yeah, it's like he's creating these installations.
Yeah, like you're stepping into his art.
Exactly. And it makes you think about how we usually experience art, right? We stand there, we look at it.
Yeah.
But he's inviting us to move around, to see things from different angles.
To explore.
To discover connections between the pieces.
So it's almost like a three-dimensional story, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of storytelling, there's that part where he mentions he finds it difficult to communicate through spoken word without Neuralink assistance.
Right.
So he uses his art instead. What do you think about that?
I know, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah, like what does that say about the future of communication, you know?
Will we all be using art to communicate?
Maybe, maybe not, but it does make you appreciate the power of visual communication.
Yeah, for sure. And then, near the end, they talk about him as this like beacon of hope in a world facing all these challenges,
right.
You know, rising sea levels and all that. What's your take on that?
It's interesting because it suggests he sees art as more than just a way to reflect on the world.
Yeah.
It can actually inspire change. It
Right.
can offer hope, even in the face of all these problems.
So it's not just about commentary, it's about solutions too.
I think so. You know, it's kind of a paradox when you think about it.
Yeah.
This futuristic, tech-savvy artist using this traditional art form, landscape painting, to offer a hopeful message about the future.
Yeah, and maybe even a way forward.
It's definitely something to think about.
It is. So I think it's safe to say that Art Ramon is more than just a painter.
Right.
His work, it's a philosophy, a statement, a vision of the future even.
Absolutely.
And it's all tied together. His style, his framing techniques, his ideas about communication, it all comes together to create something unique.
And thought-provoking.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you think? Could his vision of the future and art's place in it actually be true?
I don't know, but I think if you ever get the chance to see his work in person, you should.
Yeah, you might just find yourself believing it.
You might.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with me.
Of course.
Until next time.
See you then.
All right.
Bye.